19, same book, paragraph 4. He said that there was no birth record of the black man, and therefore no one can say how old the black nation is. As far as back as, he said a record has been kept. It dates 76 trillion years, right? These years, 76 trillion, were divided into periods of 6 trillion years beyond 6 trillion years, which would make the said figure 76 be 78 instead of 76 trillion. I will not go into the finer details here. I hope to go into the details and the analysis of our Lord Master Muhammad's teachings to me in a book entitled Black and White. This was not something hypothetical, it's something to be. He said, I hope to go into the details and the analysis of our Lord's Master Muhammad's teachings to me in a book entitled Black and White. So I was right. That was not technology. I was right what I said.
Yeah, and you were actually using technology because you were saying that the book actually got written. The messenger said he hopes to go into these details in a book. Brother, if the book was written, how could he hope to go into the details of it in a book that's already written? Stop playing.
Well, maybe it wasn't for us. Okay, no problem. I didn't come to argue. I just came to get some clarification. So, just to recap, the Earth is 76 trillion years. An atom can grow brains in outer space. And there's a book somewhere, might not been there. Well, do you expect to get this book anytime? Because it's been like 50 years, 60 years later. Have you came across the book Black and White?
Yeah.
That's a legit question.
Eric, you still there?
I can't hear him.
I think he fell off again. Brother Eric Muhammad.
Damn, when those questions... when those questions come
again.
You're only left. Deacon is down. Assad is down.
Who are you, bro? You. No one's ever heard of you doing anything to anybody from Sicarii ever in life. It's not a real thing, bro.
Okay, so I'm the footage. Okay, so I'm the footage. Joseph does not beget anybody in the older Greek text. It's older than the Syriac.
Okay, let's look at the text and let's look at the Greek. Matthew 1:16, and Jacob begot Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Christ. Let's take a look at the Greek word for born. Ganeo. What does ganeo mean? Of men who fathered children. So it does say that. No. It does say Joseph was the father of Jesus. What does it mean to father a child? You have sex with a woman and make a baby.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because that same Greek word is used in Matthew 1:15. And Eliud begat Eleazar, and Eleazar begat. Same word.
No, it's not the same word. So
it is.
So when I looked at it,
no. It is Strong's G 1080. It's the exact same word.
No. Look, I got you. It's the same root word. It's not the same affected word.
No, it's the same exact word, brother. Strong's G 1080.
All right. So do me a favor. So look up to the actual Greek text, right, in that translation. So you're going to see Texas receptors, and you're going to see the Greek word, and you're not going to see ganao in the scriptures at all, because ganao cannot be in the scriptures. Ganao is a first person verb. So it's like Spanish. I study Spanish. It's hablo is first person. That means me. I speak. But if I want to say you speak, I would say hablas, right? But if I want to say somebody else outside of it speak singular, I would say habla. Okay, so habla would be third person, hablo would be first person, hablas would be second person. So ganao is first person. So we know that can't be in the Bible because that's Matthew's actually begetting somebody. So if you look in the Greek, the word is actually egenesin. So, and that means, and the E before the G just means past tense. So that's why I say ganao would say, I did this present tense. It's a present verb. It has to be past tense. Oh, so that's why the E is there. The E represents past tense.
It's the same as when it says Eliud begat Eleazar. What's the Greek word for begat right there?
Egenesis.
Okay. When it says in Matthew 1:16, of whom was born Jesus. What's the Greek word for born right there?
Eganethe.
Is it the same word?
No.
No? Okay. What's the difference between the first one and the second one?
So if you was to see eganethe and everywhere it's used in the New Testament, it's always a woman giving birth. If you look at begot, that's going to the Father.
Okay. Got you. Okay. That's a fair point. I can definitely look into that. That's a fair point.
Where you at, unbiased? Come on, man. Where you at, unbiased? Uh-oh, this might be him. Peace and Black Power, family. What's your name and where you calling from? Peace and Black Power, family. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, it's Unbiased Sports.
Uh-oh. Oh, man. This is the dude, Unbiased Sport Polite. And I know he got a lot of questions for you, brother.
I called in Deacon live.
Uh-huh.
And embarrassed him.
Listen, I'm sure. If you would have did that, I would have heard about it.
Okay, so on the footage. Okay, so on the footage. All right, so let me just say this.
To teach you, but you're rejecting
No. The homework
I promise to let you go to Matthew 1. I'm gonna let you so I can be a man of my word.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you make your point. Land your plane in Matthew 1 so I can end the show. I'm trying to have some integrity.
So when you go to verse 16, right? When you go to verse 16, I think people miss this. And Jacob begot Joseph. Okay, Jacob begot Joseph. Like you said, the begot there is ganao. It's in the active sense. That means the subject is the doer of the action. Joseph is the direct object of the action. And then it says, Joseph, who is he? He's the husband of Mary. So he's the son of Jacob. He's the husband of Mary. And then it says Mary, of whom.
Wait, real quick. Yes. So are you insinuating that he's never called the father?
He's called the father because there's no word for stepfather. So yes, he'll be called father. Just like if had lived, well, is called the father of Zara. No, he had no seed in Zara, but he's called the father because that's someone's.
Why would he need to be called stepfather? Why would he need to be called stepfather? A stepfather is somebody who marries a woman who has prior kids.
All right, so
that wouldn't apply to Joseph.
Wait. So again, when got killed, Judas went and Tamar. That first son was dedicated to as his son. So he would be the stepfather. He wouldn't be the actual father.
Okay. How would that apply to Mary, who had no kids at the time?
Well, it's telling you right here. It says, so Jacob begot Joseph. Who's Joseph? He's the son of Jacob, and he's also the husband of Mary. And then we got Mary, of whom was born Jesus. Now, that was born is also denial, but in the passive sense. So that means that somebody's going to be a recipient of that action. So obviously, Jesus. He was the only one born. So Jesus is the recipient of the action, was born. So we got Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called the Christ. So everybody begot here, literally, except for Joseph. And I was saying about John 3:16, it says God only begotten son. So we see the word God begot and son there too. And son would be Jesus. So everybody literally begot somebody. God begot somebody, Mary begot somebody, Jacob, everybody but Joseph. Joseph begot nobody.
Okay. So why didn't it put begat here? Why did it put born here?
Because it's in the active sense, but it can literally be translated as begot though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know King James was a Methodist Christian?
Now, but hold on. But women can also be given.
Let me give it back to you. But do you know every translation by definition is interpretation, which is why King James did not want to put begat there. He put born there because he believed in the virgin birth. He let the doctrine dictate the transcript, not the transcript dictate the doctrine. That's why when you look in the Codex Sinaiticus and the Textus Receptus, you see the Greek word ganeo here and ganeo here. But King James decided to translate it into English as born because he's influenced by Christianity. And this is why you have to know the ancient manuscripts, brother.
King James didn't put anything. He had scholars put it together for me.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Salakia. Yeah, the scholars that he commissioned. You're right.
Okay, let's do it. So the book of generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac. Isaac begot Jacob. Now we know Isaac is Abraham's son because it says Abraham begot him. Men beget their kids. Isaac begot Jacob. Jacob begot Judas. Now, here's where
just to be clear. So you're saying like when it says Abraham begot Isaac, that's clearly saying that Abraham is the seed, had a seed that produced Isaac.
In the Bible, the way it works out, the father begets you and you are of your mother. So when you go to Strong's, there's an active and there's a passive language. So active is when you force it. So the man begets, the man has sex, he forced it. The woman is a recipient of the child. So the child is going to be of her. So, and I'm going to read this thing every time in this genealogy. The men are always of the mother and never the dad. And they always are begotten from the dad and never begotten from the mom. This is the order and this is the pattern. So, and Judas begot Phares.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
No problem, brother. Go ahead.
So,
you're going through the begats.
Right.
Begats.
I got you.
Begats and the ubs.
So we go to 16. And Jacob begot Joseph. Who's Joseph's father? Jacob, because it says he was begot by Jacob. Now the focal point is on Joseph now. So it's like he's passing the baton from the last name mentioned. So now who is Joseph? Joseph is the husband of Mary, and he is the son of Jacob. That's what we know of Joseph in his own genealogy. He's done. Mary's now mentioned. Who's Mary? Mary is the husband of Joseph, and she is also of whom was born Jesus, who is called the Christ. That's the genealogy. So Joseph don't have any begots, no kids in his own genealogy. It stops with him, the lineage.
Okay, so you want me to go ahead and give an understanding on that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so if you could pull it up in the blue letter while we're going up there, because you said Jacob begot Joseph, so that means Jacob had sex with his wife to have Joseph, right?
Click the parsing for begot and you'll see the inflected version of Gen AO, which is Egen Nesson. At the top is the Greek passage, and you can easily identify Egen Nesson in the red box. Gen AO isn't in the passage, or in the New Testament, anywhere. The verb or action word Egen Nesson is in the active voice. The active voice represents the subject as the doer of the action. Jacob is the doer of the action verb begot. Click on the parsing for born, and you'll see the inflected version of Gen AO, which is Egon Nethi. The verb or action word Egon Nethi is in the passive voice. The passive voice represents the subject as the recipient of the action, which is born. In this passage, Jesus is the recipient of the action verb born. Children are born of women only. Jacob begot Joseph and Mary born Jesus.
Now, it says, you said Joseph has no begats with his children.
Nope.
Right? Because it says he begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus,
right,
who is called Christ. Right? Now, I disagree with you. I believe as far as this is still talking about Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was
not
born.
proper grammar.
It is actually proper grammar. Let me go ahead and give my understanding without you kind of, you know what I mean? I kind of let you give your understanding.
I'm gonna go on mute.
So Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. Now, you see that word begat there, right in between Jacob and Joseph. That's Strong's G 1080, right? But if you go further down, the husband of Mary, of whom was born. No, don't click on born. Click on born. Okay, go see that. See that? It's Ganeo. See, that's Ganeo. Go on down. No, since you're there, go on down. Ganeo, and it says of men who fathered children. Can you back out of it now? That's Ganeo. That word is Ganeo. But now let's go to born, of whom was born, Jesus. See that right there? That's the same word, brother. Go ahead and click on it. Of whom was born, Jesus. It's the same word, Ganeo. Scroll on down. That's of men who father children, brother. It's the same word. Now the translators in this particular translation chose to use a different word, but it's the same Greek word, Ganeo, beget. So all these begets that you see from verse 1 all the way to verse 16, beget, beget, beget. There's one beget that was translated as born instead of beget. Now, I'm not the translator, but I know there was a team of translators who put this together, but they chose to use a different word for that. But if you go back to the Greek, that's the exact same word as all the other begets that you saw through this lineage. Okay? So Joseph did beget a seed, correct?
Emphatically, hell no. Yeah, that won't work.
That's the same word. That's the same word, right?
So let's go back and look at it. Okay. Now you said it now, so I'm gonna hold you to this. So you said when it says born in the Bible, 1080, that means begot all the times?
No.
Okay, right. So
I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you that. No, wait. What I'm telling you is the same word that is translated as beget is the same word here that is translated as born.
Yeah, but it's okay. Watch this.
Right?
We're looking at 1080 right now on my screen. It's saying.
So if you disagree on that, that's fine, brother. Let's move on to go deeper into the scriptures. All right? Because I do believe my argument doesn't rely solely on Strong's G1080. You dig what I'm saying?
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
If your father was white and your mom was black, could you be an Israelite?
Yeah.
Where's the Bible say that at?
Can you show your screen?
First Chronicles 2 with Shishan, right?
Yeah. Chapter 2.
So this verse is gonna prove that the mother creates an Israelite.
Yeah.
Okay. First Chronicles 2 and 34. Now Shishan had no sons, but daughters, and Shishan had a servant, an Egyptian. So what does the Bible say this servant is? What ethnicity is he?
He's Egyptian.
He's Egyptian.
Yep.
Whose name was Jarha. And Shishan gave his daughter to Jarha, his servant to wife, and she bare him a child.
Right.
Where does it say that his kids are Israelites?
Okay, so go all the way down. Yeah, keep going down because wait. Let's first establish something. They had a kid named Attai, then Attai begot. So go down a little bit. Go down.
Okay.
Go right there, 41. Read 41.
41. And Shalom begot Jechemiah, and Jechemiah begot Elishama.
Okay, do you know what tribe Elishama is from?
It doesn't say here. So
yeah, in the Strong's, it says the man of Judah.
Do you know that? Oh, let's take a look at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Watch this. Let me help you out.
Yeah, please.
Let's see. 42.
Yeah. No, not 42.
41.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to Elishama.
Prove to me that E is corresponding to verse 34.
Okay, I got you. Let me just first say this. That outline biblical usage just means the other places where the name is used. Scroll down a little more. Scroll down.
Hold on. The name of 7 Israelites.
Right. All Israelites, all of them. Now go ahead. E right there.
Okay,
E.
so it says,
E.
right, a man from. Okay.
So it looks like it just got worse for Buddy. That was a typical unbiased sports knockout. But look at Attai begot Nathan, and Nathan begot Zabad. Okay, can we find them in 1 Kings chapter 4, verse 5? Being Israel? 1 Kings chapter 4, verse 5. Zabad, the son of Nathan. That's interesting. Solomon officials. Damn.
What do you mean? What's the addition?
Because you said somehow Joseph is the father from that English translation, and like what wording was for the?
No, from the Old Syriac Sinaiticus, that it's been translated into English as Jacob was the father of Joseph, to whom the Virgin Mary was betrothed, was the father of Jesus.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that father thing you're saying, that's not in the Syriac anywhere.
Can you prove that?
Okay, so let me start with here.
Well, no, but can you prove that though? You just
so that's what I'm saying. Like I want to start right here. So
no. I'm saying, brother, can you go into the Syriac Sinaiticus and show me how the word father is absent there?
brother, are you serious? With all due respect, I can email you some glasses. Mathan begot Jacob, Jacob begot Joseph, Joseph to whom was betrothed Mary the Virgin begot Jesus, who was called the Christ. Where do you see Father? But I understand, because the way you're dying in this conversation, you probably are looking at the Father. And I'm looking at you. I see dead people. What Hebrew manuscript did let's say, the old Greek text translate from? What Hebrew manuscript from the New Testament is older than the oldest Greek?
I'm not aware of a single one.
Right, because there's no old Greek, there's no old Hebrew New Testament older than the actual found Greek manuscripts. Like they are the oldest, and as a result, I'm sorry, not in addition, that Greek manuscript is older than that Syriac as well.
I don't disagree. Okay, and what does the Greek come from?
Nah, the Greek that's the oldest. So the English translation, you agree, is a translation of the Syriac translation, right?
I don't know what. I would assume it was written. I don't know what language it was.
No, I'm saying like Syriac was a translation of the original Greek. Okay, Buddy said he didn't know what language Syriac originally comes from. Buddy, it's in the name Syriac. It's Syriac. Syrians speak Syriac, buddy. But he's supposed to be on my level somehow. So the English translation, you agree, is a translation of the Syriac translation, right?
I don't know what. I would assume it was written. I don't know what language it was.
No, I'm saying like Syriac was a translation.
Hey, this is my brother, Saad. This is Pastor Meach. I'm not sure where he hails from, but we've been having a dialogue about the Immaculate Conception.
Okay, Pastor Meach, what's going on, my brother? How you doing?
What's going on, man? I'm good. How you doing, man?
Well, here's two things that I would say. One, when you look at the Greek word for begat, it literally means of fathers fathering children. So all the way from Abraham begat Isaac, Isaac begat Jacob, that word literally means of a father begatting a child. A woman does not begat a child. A father begats a child, number one. Number two, the Papyrus 1 and Papyrus 2. These are the two oldest Gospels, manuscripts of the Gospel of Matthew.
Talking about
literally say, and you can, I'm sorry?
You talking about Codex Aleph and Codex B?
I don't know if it's that codex, but it's the earliest Gospel of the Book of Matthew that we have, and it literally says, and even in the Syriac Sinaiticus, it literally says in Matthew 1:16, I believe is what it is. And Jacob begat Joseph, and Joseph begat Jesus of Mary, who is called Christ. That's direct quote from the Syriac Sinaiticus. And the Papyrus 1 and Papyrus 2 both say the exact same thing. So the earliest Gospels and manuscripts that we have of the book of Matthew, they do literally say Joseph begat Jesus.
Yeah, Hassad is really starting to concern me. I'm going to have to email him some glasses. He's seeing things that's not there. All right. Okay, so we're at it. Papyrus 1. And let's go to, here goes, verse 16. Right here. So now, why do you believe this reads differently from the Textus Receptus again?
So when we look at the begat versus was born, are you aware of the inflection and the difference of the active and the passive in the Greek?
I mean, begat means of men fathering children.
Yeah, it has the general meaning, but it has different inflections. So whenever you see begat, that's always the active form of the verb ganao. So active means that the subject performs the action, and the passive means that the subject receives the action. So in the active sense, the father is always the subject. He's the one fathering the children. But when you see was born, Jesus is the subject there, and he's receiving that action. So now you have a change only in the terms of a Christ birth and in no other birth in that narrative. I think that's very important. It stands out, and that's why Matthew has to go on and say, in this way, Jesus was born.
Right. So I guess I am. So I guess I am. Again, we can.
So I guess I am. So I guess I am. Again, we can.
Do you understand the words that are coming out from my mouth?
Get back to the language of the Greek, but I want to make sure that you understand what my question is. So the context is how his brethren are made. It behooved him, Hebrews chapter 2, verse 16, for truly he took not on him the nature of angels. This is the context, how Christ was made.
Right.
That's the context right here. The flesh that Christ came in. He wasn't made like an angel, like Gabriel or Michael.
Right.
He took on him the seed, the sperma of Abraham. Sperm. That's what the Greek word there is for seed, sperm.
3 years earlier, Sicarii leader, guerrilla Hebrew, already stood corrected on this.
So why do you reject the virginal conception and birth of Christ?
When I read the text and, of course, understanding the prophecies, I understand that this all had to happen by the seed of David.
And what does the seed of David mean?
The seed of David means David's seminal fluid.
And how could David's seminal fluid be transferred to Jesus when he was dead 1,000 years before the birth of Jesus?
Well, of course, he had descendants that were created from his seminal fluid, and they had such.
No, you're not listening to yourself. You see, this is the problem I have. You didn't listen. You said he has to be the seed of David, and you said the seminal fluid of David. But now you extended that to the seed of his descendants. That's not what you said. So it's not literally the seed of David, right? It's not literally his seminal fluid, right?
Well, him particularly, no.
So you believe
what
took
sperm,
on him? So you're
what
saying
sperm was involved to make Jesus then?
You're saying Abraham's sperm was involved to make Jesus?
No, what I'm saying is, well, of course, we know through the Bible, the seed of Abraham just means a actual physical descendant of Abraham.
No, you're not listening to yourself. You see, this is the problem I have. You didn't listen.
This is why the Bible goes so far out of its way to establish Joseph as a son of David. But nonetheless, it's sperm.
Mary the seed of Abraham?
Sperm, I'm sorry.
Is Mary the seed of Abraham?
But she doesn't have sperm, so that's not.
No. But you said seed means descendant, and I'm asking, is Mary the seed of Abraham?
Sure, but again, seed means sperm. Okay. So what sperm wasn't? So hold on. What sperm was involved? What sperm was used to create Jesus?
I'm confused. You just said seed meant descendant. Now you're saying sperm. Which is it?
No, you're not listening to yourself. You see, this is the problem I have. You didn't listen.
It's simple. So he's the descendant of Abraham. It's not literally saying
descendant.
Abraham.
Okay, descendant.
But hold on. I'm going to answer. A sperm of someone from the descent of Abraham. So what sperm of someone from the descent of Abraham was used to create Jesus?
That means that you're reading sperma twice in there. Sperm is there once, so it's either descendant or sperm.
No, you're not listening to yourself. You see, this is the problem I have. You didn't listen.
Yeah, it's either descendant or sperm.
No, I'm not. It's context. So context will show you, and the Greek and the language will show you. Sperm, the sperma, is the word that's used for seed of Abraham. What does it mean to be of the seed of Abraham? Does it mean that you literally came? Like, for example, let me just show you.
It needs to be an offspring, right?
Let me show you. Let me show you though, right? For example,
okay.
Let me get
Romans 1 and 3.
No, I know that's probably where you thought I was going, but for example, this is John chapter 8, verse 33.
Perfect.
This is what the Jews said when Christ said, "We shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And then the Jews responded,
Right.
John 8 and 33. Then answered we him. They answered him, "We be Abraham's seed, and were never in
Right.
bondage to any man." Does that mean that they
Right.
are literally saying that they came from the sperm of the literal man Abraham? Well, one, yes, because not literally in the way that they were made did it come from literally the man Abraham, but from Isaac and then Jacob and then his descendants. That's what it means. They came from the sperm of Abraham, and then somebody from the sperm of Abraham's sperm created them. Can we agree?
No, you're not listening to yourself. You see, this is the problem I have. You didn't listen.
Yeah, we don't believe that there was any type of sperm involved with from
How?
the
If he's of
inception
the
of
sperm,
Christ.
if he's of the sperm of Abraham, how can you believe there's no sperm involved if he's of the sperm of Abraham?
Because we just qualified that sperm doesn't, or sperma doesn't mean sperm. It means offspring, it means descendants.
Again, contextually, as you just said, in order for you to be of the seed of Abraham, you have to be of the offspring, yes, but then the sperm of the offspring Abraham has to be used for you to exist.
And that doesn't necessitate just because this is how it's been, that this is how it needs to be, especially according to God. This is a work. This is a sign that God said He Himself would send, and you said clearly it was fulfilled in Matthew 1. So this is a sign that God Himself.
Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to create a marathon of these joints. I have another one. It's like really embarrassing. I was trying to get all the ones out. I was trying to get all the ones of Deacon and Sicarii out first. And then I go to the underlings. Because the underlings, of course, I got a plethora of their stupid statements. Yeah, I wanted to get their kings out first because the Egyptian culture, because these guys are Egyptian kings. So in Egyptian culture, when the king goes, their followers go right along with them. Okay, so I'm just getting the kings out the way so we can go track down their followers. Because it'll be illegal to track down the followers if the kings are still reigning or living. So the kings are done. Now we're going after the followers. Okay. And we already got the followers, right? We already got them. We just can't execute them until, and we're talking about debate execute, not military. You did. So we rounded them up. We just needed the word. Okay, and we got the word. So it's gonna get ugly. Like it's quite embarrassing for them. Like the underlings, the things they be saying, how fast they concede is ridiculous. Matter of fact, let me see this one guy. I tell you, I had one guy begging for me not to show the debate. But let me see if he responded to my ultimatum. If not, I gotta show it. Hold on. Okay, so he responded. Let me see what he says. He responded to him. All right. So he didn't really understand my question, ultimatum. So I'm gonna walk with him a little bit. All right. Oh, I got so many debates to go through. Oh, what about the Sicarii group that came on with their I guess followers they were trying to convert, and they came with a sister, right? And the guys were afraid to talk, answer the questions. So I was like, when it said and before they came together, Matthew 1:18, I said, what does that come together mean to you guys? And she was like, before they had sex. And those guys were quiet, yo. I was like, yes, sis, right. Man, they hopped off and they made sure she hopped off too. Yo, sit, too big for that. Sit. Hold on. That was laughing. So we got some funny moments with these Curry guys. And as soon as he lay down, he got about 10 he's supposed to be all right. I'm gonna buy him a little more time, but he's supposed to he missed this. I'm trying to get him up to 2:30. When he's sleepy, he'll start doing what he's doing right now. Okay, so then I'm gonna make some videos. It take a little while to make the videos because you got to edit it and cause they're long as hell. You got to find like the funny moments where they just blatantly just completely wrong. They just in and out and wrong, and those be the viral moments. There's a bunch of them. You just got to find them within those 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour debates. Which I didn't think about doing like putting on like 2 times speed when I watch it over. Might do that. Catch back real quick. Yeah, I'm trying to get some guys. Hiram, Sean Peace, IOCK, the Watcher. So I got a couple guys. Oh, I'm gonna start getting Old Testament guys now. Now that Sicarii bowed out of the virgin birth debate, so they're not fun. So I'm gonna start getting the Old Testament guys now. So you're gonna see a plethora of them coming on. And damn, I have. So you're gonna see them coming on. I'm gonna debate Isaiah 7, those guys, and it's gonna be Isaiah 7 gonna be really easy for me. Like people struggle with that with the Old Testament guys, but for me, I believe it's gonna be really easy unless they got some secret sauce. But the few folks I talked to, it was like really one sided. Isaiah 7. So I really don't talk about the things that is be super easy for me. I try to go to the most controversial scriptures, and the One West group they love talking about before they came together. Like that's their baby. That's why I go there with them. I try to go where they think is their strongest argument. So they thought Matthew's 1:16 was because they thought they had a secret weapon, a mistranslation of Greek in their mind. Like they misused it, not mistranslation, but their misuses of the Greek in Matthew's 1:16. So they feel like that was their baby. Other ones feel like prophecies are their baby. So you'll see me. So that's how I determine where I go in these debates. I try to go to the person's strong point, what they think it is. Different camps believe different things are their strong points. Some camps believe the Old Testament prophecies are their strong points. Some camps believe the Matthew 1:18, Matthew 1:16. Some of these got Romans 1:3, Hebrews 2:16. Some of these guys think those are their strong points. Matthew 13:55, Luke. What they got in Luke? They got John 1:45. John, they love going to this is the son of Joseph. So they think that those So I try to go to their strong points, because when you beat their strong point up, you pretty much butt broke them in a Bible sense. He's trying to bring that in the house. Oh my God. All right, let me put him to sleep. He's sleeping. I'll be back shortly. I got a few guys